Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We are continuing with chapter number 11 of Bhagavad Gita as it is, the universal form. And today we will cover from verse 45 onwards till the end of the chapter. Verse number 45. Drashtapurvam rishito asmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyathitam mano me tad eva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. First of all, thank you all so much for joining. And we are continuing to hear Arjuna's prayers to Krishna after he saw the universal form. And in this verse, we see Arjuna's mind is disturbed. Just like our minds get disturbed. Our minds get disturbed for all different reasons. It could be, oh, I don't have this. Oh, maybe whatever it may be. It's everything material. But here, Arjuna, his mind is disturbed because after he saw the whole universal form, in which he saw everything and everybody, all planets, all living entities, and he saw all the soldiers, entering into the universal form of the Lord. So his mind was disturbed. But at the same time, he is also happy. He's gladdened that he was able to see that gigantic universal form. But now he's praying to Krishna, begging for his mercy. Please be merciful and reveal to me again that form of yours as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is a two-handed form, which we call the Shyama Sundar form. And that is a form Arjuna was used to because he, was a best friend of Krishna and they spent a lot of time together. And he always saw Krishna only in that two-handed form. So he wants to see that form again. You see, he's indirectly asking Krishna. So there was Krishna's Shyama form, and then he showed the universal form. Now Arjuna is begging Krishna to show from universal form, come back to Vishnu form, which is a four-handed form, and then come back to the Krishna form, which is a Shyama form, the two-handed form. The reason behind is to show us, give us evidence, proof that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and everything and everyone comes from him. So this way we also see that Lord Vishnu comes from Lord Krishna and not the other way around. So that if we have this description, if we have this knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita, then there's no need for speculation. Arjuna did not speculate. He showed us by Arjuna's mercy, we got Krishna's mercy. And here we get the confirmation that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Arjuna is confirming it. You are the Supreme Lord, because he saw everything practically in front of him. Now Arjuna continues his prayers and he is telling Krishna that you have many forms. And that's what scriptures also tell us. You have many forms. And this universal form is temporary. It's not seen by everybody, but he wants to see the Vishnu form. Now, Arjuna was satisfied. He had no doubt whatsoever. He knew that Krishna, when he manifests different forms, these are all by Krishna's internal potency. If we were to see a universal form, then it would be very hard to really figure out what's going on, right? It's inconceivable. It's so by speculation, we cannot reach to the right information. You see, that is, most people speculate. Now, for instance, when I see somebody, that other person may be going through some issues, some problems, some miseries or whatever it is, but I don't know. But then when I meet this person and I see the attitude, my mind will start speculating. Oh, this person is not nice at all. Look at the attitude. Speculation leads to nowhere. That's why this spiritual science is given to us by Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, that gives us the right knowledge. And because of Arjuna, he was able to, because of Arjuna, we all got this knowledge, and all those who were present on that battlefield, they could not see the universal form. But the demigods, some of them were able to see. And that is because of Arjuna. So Krishna is telling, in fact, Arjuna is telling Krishna that not by studying the Vedas, not by performing sacrifices. In fact, Krishna is telling Arjuna, nothing can it is not possible for anyone to see this gigantic universal form of mind just by performing some austerities or giving charity or, accumulating piety, doing severe penances, reading all the Vedas. No, it's not possible to see this form. For that, we need divine vision. And that divine vision is given to those who are godly. You see, now how to become divine? We can become divine when we take on this knowledge and put it into practice, which means we change our consciousness. Right now, our consciousness is all about this body. We are not thinking beyond this body. The body is different from us, the spirit soul. So when we change our consciousness, when we become a pure devotee of the Lord, then we will be able to get that divine vision. And how do we become pure? Very simple. Just like when we live in a particular state, we follow the state rules, the laws of the state, and then we are considered to be a good citizen. Similarly, when we have got this human form of life, then we need to lead it according to the scriptures, follow the rules and regulations, and also do mantra meditation, because mantra helps us to purify ourselves. Man means mind, tra means to free the mind of anxieties, to free the mind of all the issues that we may have in our minds. So when we chant the holy names of the Lord, there is purification of the heart, of the mind, of the senses, of the body. But Srila Prabhupada says the devotees of the Lord, they are not interested in seeing this universal form. So unless one becomes a devotee of the Lord, one will not be able to really understand. See, this universal form which was shown by Krishna to Arjuna is meant to show who is God. If anyone is claiming to be God, like for instance, I tell you I am God, then I should be able to show the universal form to prove that I am God. You see? We have noticed that from the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, he did not want to fight. He did not want to fight with his relatives, even though the relatives had neglected their duties. They had taken the irreligious path. They were following irreligion. So, according to the scriptures, they should have been killed. So here Krishna has shown to Arjuna, they already killed. So there is no need for you to worry at all, because here are two parties. One is religious and the other is irreligious. So naturally, the Lord is going to be on the side of the religious people. So finally, Krishna, on the request of Arjuna, from his universal form, he changed to the Vishnu form, who is in Vaikuntha, Vishnu, the four-handed form of the Lord. And then he came back to his original Supreme Personality of Godhead form, which is Krishna himself. If I don't know if you all remember hearing the class I had given about appearance of Lord Krishna. And in that, we read from Srimad Bhagavatam that when Krishna appeared on this earth 5,000 years ago, he appeared in the Vishnu form because he was wanting to show his parents that you had wanted to have God as your son, and here I am. But then, because the parents requested Krishna to change into an ordinary form of a child, he did. So originally, Krishna has this two-handed form, which is called Shyamasundar. And unfortunately, those who do not accept this, Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, avajananti ma mudha manushyam tanum ashritam. Krishna says, those who are foolish, they do not accept me as the Lord when I descend in the human form. So thinking of Krishna as an ordinary personality or a great personality is an offense, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he showed the universal form, which is not ordinary at all. See, the universal form, this whole chapter is entitled Universal Form. And it is difficult to see this form, but it is more difficult to see Krishna in his original form. You see, many speculate. Some say, oh, in my opinion, this is God. According to me, that is God. But speculation is not the answer. You see, speculation leads to nowhere. So we need to take knowledge from the scriptures. And the essence of all the Vedas is the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, it is called the spiritual science. It teaches us how to talk, how to walk, how to sit, how to lead this human form of life, what to do, what not to do, what's right, what's wrong, everything. In fact, it has solutions to all the problems that we may have in our lives, you see. So this form that Arjuna has seen can be seen only with divine vision. And most of us, our vision is material. It's not possible for us to see divinity. That's not possible. But the scriptures tell us, Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. That if we anoint our eyes with love for the Lord, with love for Krishna, then we will be able to see him face to face. And he can be seen only when he desires that we can see him. It is up to his will and his wish. You see, in verse number 53, it is mentioned that to understand Krishna, one has to perform devotional service, serve the Lord. Academic qualification cannot help. I may have big degrees. I may be, an MBA, PhD, bachelor's of arts, or whatever degree it may be. That cannot help us to understand the Lord. No. What can help us? Krishna says, only by undivided devotional service can one see me directly. You see, if we want to see the Lord face to face, then we need to perform devotional service. The very next chapter, which is number 12, is entitled Devotional Service. So from that chapter, we will learn what is devotional service and how to perform devotional service. But at the same time, we need to make sure it is undivided. You see, Krishna is wanting us to give full focus, full attention, undivided. Then we will get purified and will see the Lord directly. Krishna says, then one will be able to enter into mysteries of my understanding. So just speculating is waste of time. If we want to understand the Lord, then we need to enter into the mysteries of Him. Who is He? Where does He live? What is His telephone number? What is His address? How can we see Krishna? So to understand Krishna, we first need to follow the rules and regulations. There has to be unflinching faith. That is required. But when we associate with like-minded people, when we associate with spiritually inclined people, when we associate with devotees of the Lord, when we accept a bona fide spiritual teacher, then we will get personal training. That's necessary. So that basic faith will convert into unflinching faith, which means nothing can change that faith at all. You see, very, very important. So, see, we have faith, basic faith in so many things. We have basic faith in our spouse, our children, relatives, society, family, friends, country. You know, we have basic faith. But do we have unflinching faith in anybody? That requires a lot of perseverance. That requires a lot of good association. So, this personal training helps one. In fact, if we want to learn anything in our lives, whether music, dancing, some musical instruments, karate, tai chi, whatever it may be, or even software, anything we want to learn, we need to be trained. We need to approach a teacher, a bona fide teacher, who will not only give us knowledge, but will also train us, show us how to do. And then it is up to us. So when we have that basic faith in that teacher, and when we continue to take on knowledge and the training, and we practice, that is what makes one perfect. Practice. So when we keep on practicing, then we will reach perfection. All these sports people who reach the Olympics, do you think they just reach just like that? No. First, they approach a bona fide teacher. They learn from that teacher, and then they keep practicing. I've heard, say, one who wants to enter the Olympics as a swimmer has to practice 8 to 10 hours every day. Then will be able to reach the state level, the national, then the Olympics, probably. That training and that practice. So if we want to become self-realized, if we want to find solution to all our problems, then we need to stop speculating and take this knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita. Then when we take the knowledge and put it into practice, that is theory and practical, that will lead to wisdom. We'll become wise. And that wisdom will help us to purify ourselves and change our faith to unflinching faith. In verse number 55, Krishna is telling Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service. Now he's again making it clear there has to be focus. Only Krishna's pure devotional service, not here, there, everywhere. Some of us have the tendency to worship different gods, but they are all demigods. And the scriptures clearly give us reference who is the supreme personality of Godhead, who is above the demigods. So here, Krishna is making very clear, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from contaminations of fruitive activities. Don't we have that tendency? We are always wanting to perform activities to get some fruits out of it. We want to enjoy the fruits of our activities. This is what is given to us in chapter 3 and 5 of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, where Krishna teaches if we engage in fruitive activities, which means we perform activities to enjoy the fruits of those activities, that will bind us in this material world. There will be bondage, because good activities will give good reactions and bad will give bad reactions. But we want to do those activities which have no reactions at all. Then we will be able to break the cycle of birth and death forever. You see? So, fruitive activities to be avoided. And Krishna says contamination of mental speculation. We are expert in speculating. And when we are in a group of people, we like to throw our opinions. It doesn't matter whether it is in reference to the scriptures or not. So here Krishna is saying, free from contamination of mental speculation. Then he says, he who works for me, again, which means karma yoga. We perform activities for the satisfaction of the Lord without expecting to enjoy the results of these activities. Then he says, who makes me the supreme goal of his life? Most people don't have a goal. And those who do have a goal, most of them are material goals, expecting to get this and that and everything material. Very few have a spiritual goal. And out of those who have a spiritual goal, very few have Krishna as their supreme goal of life. Then Krishna says, and who is friendly to all living beings. He doesn't say friendly to human beings. Excuse me, he doesn't say friendly only to friends, relatives. No. In all living beings, he includes birds, animals, aquatics, trees, plants, reptiles, all living entities. That means we have to be friendly to. And when we are friendly to all living entities, that means we don't harm them. We don't kill them. We don't, torture them. No. So, what about friendly to human beings? What does he mean? That means we not only think about their body, but we also think about their soul. See, all living entities have spirit, soul in their bodies. We are only, with our material vision, we can only see their body, but there is a spirit, soul in each and every living entity. And like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamsha Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. He's talking about the spirit soul, that all spirit souls are my parts. We are parts of the Lord. And they are Sanatana, which means they are eternal. So when we see death, it is the death of the body, not the spirit soul within the heart. So, how to be friendly to every living entity, especially human beings, is to help them get this knowledge. When we give this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita to others, we are helping them as a friend to teach them you are not this body, but you are the spirit soul, and show them the supreme goal of life. What is the purpose of this human form of life? Not to just eat, sleep, and be merry. No. We have philosophical intelligence by which we can differentiate between what's right, what's wrong. So also we can differentiate what is the right knowledge and what is not. And understand that we need to come out of this cycle of repeated birth and death. Then what is the result? So there are so many points Krishna has given. He who engages in my pure devotional service, who is free from contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, and who is friendly to all living entities. 5 things. When one puts this into practice, what is the result? Krishna says, such a person comes to me, to my eternal abode. For sure, guaranteed. So, if our goal of life is to go to the spiritual world where there is no birth, no disease, no old age, no death, no miseries, but there is only permanent peace and happiness, this is a formula. Formula to go to the spiritual world. And this is possible only and only when we become divine, when we change our consciousness from material to spiritual. Now, we should understand that just because we take up devotional service doesn't mean that we stop all material activities. No, we just change the state of consciousness. When we are eating, we still eat, but we change the way we eat and what we eat. You see, when we are performing our work, maybe, going to a job or doing business or a student, whatever activities we perform, we just change the way we perform, the state of consciousness. Then gradually we will be able to become divine. And the first step to that is, to this process, is mantra meditation, to chant the holy names of the Lord, you see. And when we chant, then we will have the desire to be friendly to everybody, to give this knowledge to everybody, you see. So this verse, this very last verse that I read just now, is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. You see, most people, not most, everybody is suffering in this material world. It could be any kind of suffering. It could be bodily, mental, psychological, any kind of suffering is there. But Bhagavad Gita, it helps us to end this suffering. It shows us how we can build a relationship with the Supreme Lord. It shows us how we can become divine, how to become qualified to go back to the spiritual world. You see, the first step is mantra meditation. We have so many resources. We can use that in service to the Lord, right? And by performing this devotional service, starting with mantra meditation, it'll give us relief from all kinds of miseries. Have you ever thought about this question? Why am I suffering? It's because we've forgotten our relationship with Krishna. We have become entangled in this material world. But if we take on this knowledge, invite our friends, come, listen to this Bhagavad Gita and get the benefit. And stop speculating, because speculation leads to nowhere, nowhere at all. Instead, understand the Bhagavad Gita. Find solutions to all our problems. You see, in this chapter, we saw the universal form. Of course, we didn't see, we heard about the universal form, but that also Krishna says is temporary, because Krishna is the origin of all the forms. And this chapter number 11 teaches us that Krishna's two-handed Shamsundar form is the supreme. I was reading about this universal form, and just to give you some knowledge, it said that this universal form, Krishna had shown to his mother Yashoda twice. One time when he had yawned, and another time when he had eaten mud and opened his mouth. And Krishna had shown a partial form of this universal form to Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Vidura, Sanjaya, the sages who were present, and Duryodhana, when he had gone to the assembly to convince Duryodhana to not to have this war and to maintain some peace. But of course, Duryodhana did not listen. And it is said that the blind king Dhritarashtra was also given the sight for a few minutes. He was blind, right? By birth, he was blind. But for a few seconds, few minutes, he was given sight to see this universal form. But at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna. And of course, Sanjaya also saw, because he had the divine vision given to him by his spiritual master. And those devotees in the heavenly planets and other planets were also able to see this form. So, how to change our material vision to divine vision? How to purify ourselves? How to remove the contamination? Very, very simple. Do mantra meditation, because it is only this mantra meditation that can help us to become purified and qualified also to go back to the spiritual world. So I'm going to in the chat, I think one or two of you have come for the first time to this class. So I am going to put some links if you are interested. And at the bottom, you will see the mantra that I'm going to chant for a few minutes. Just 10 times I'll chant that mantra. It is called the Maha Mantra, which can help us to purify ourselves. So please chant with me. And when you have time, please chant in your own homes also. So let's chant this holy name, do some meditation, and try to purify ourselves. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you see, it's very, very simple. So it's my very humble request to you that please chant this holy name, do some mantra meditation, and purify oneself. So I'm going to end now. If anyone has any questions or comments, you are welcome to ask.